Dallas Jenkins, the creative genius behind The Chosen, a historical drama centered on the life of Jesus in first-century Judea and Galilee, has confirmed the 5th season. He developed, directed, and co-wrote the series, which delves into the lives of those who encountered Jesus. Season 4 premiered in theaters earlier this year, but streaming was delayed due to licensing complications. It finally became accessible for home viewing in early June. Jenkins has described Season 4 as the most emotional yet and hinted that Season 5 will be even more intense due to forthcoming events. We will explore that and also delve into the return of a crucial character while revealing some significant secrets disclosed by a Reddit user. First, let's talk about the thrilling announcement that The Chosen has been renewed for a 5th season, bringing the series to a total of 7 seasons. Filming for the new season commenced in April 2024, with scenes shot in Utah and Texas. The positive reception of Season 4 has energized the team as they prepare to recreate a pivotal moment in history. Although the exact release date for Season 5 is not set, it's expected to premiere sometime in early to mid-2025, depending on how production proceeds. So, what can we anticipate from it? Season 5 will pick up right where Season 4 concluded, focusing on Holy Week and the crucifixion of Jesus. The previous season ended with Jesus raising Lazarus from the dead in Bethany, which led the high priest and Sanhedrin to turn Jesus over to the Romans. The new season will examine this critical time, especially highlighting the Garden of Gethsemane, where Jesus is betrayed and taken into custody. Dallas Jenkins, the show's creator, is thrilled about how the series will depict this significant period, promising a fresh and captivating interpretation. In Season 5 of The Chosen, viewers can expect the primary cast from Season 4 to return, including Jonathan Roumie as Jesus, Patel as Matthew, Shahar Isaac as Simon Peter, and Luke Dimyang as Judas. Elizabeth Tabish and Noah James are also slated to reprise their roles as Mary Magdalene and Andrew, respectively. There is some uncertainty regarding whether other characters from Season 4, particularly those who didn't survive, will return, as no official information has been provided yet. However, fans can anticipate seeing familiar faces and narratives as the series progresses into its 5th season. Now, let's discuss a character who deserves a comeback in The Chosen. After following this group for several years, one figure from the show's early seasons stands out and has been absent since his departure. If you haven't guessed yet, we're referring to Nicodemus, the Pharisee who was intrigued by Jesus' teachings. Eric Avari portrayed him masterfully, and his return would be a fantastic addition to the show. In the first season, Nicodemus is depicted with a depth that aligns well with his scriptural role as a high-ranking Pharisee and Sanhedrin member. He is a respected religious authority in Jerusalem, and the season explores his internal conflict as he learns about Jesus, who performs miracles that Nicodemus himself cannot replicate. This journey leads Nicodemus to realize that he may be more aligned with Jesus' teachings than he initially believed. In the episode, Invitations, from Season 1, Jesus and Nicodemus have a deep conversation at night about what it means to follow him and enter the kingdom of heaven, drawing heavily from John 3 verse 16. This pivotal episode confronts Nicodemus with Jesus' teachings and challenges him to embrace them fully. Nicodemus faces a difficult choice, as following Jesus would mean giving up his esteemed role in the Sanhedrin and his status as a respected religious leader. Although he acknowledges Jesus as the Son of God, Nicodemus struggles to make the final commitment and accept his invitation. In the Season 1 finale, I Am He, Nicodemus makes his last appearance, although he's mentioned a few times later in the series. Eric Avari does not return to the screen. In this episode, as Jesus gathers most of his disciples, Nicodemus chooses to stay behind, leaving only a monetary gift to support Christ's ministry as Jesus and his followers depart for Capernaum. It is a poignant moment as Nicodemus watches Jesus and the others leave, and we don't get to see him fully wrestle with his decision not to join them. Nicodemus remains an unresolved storyline from Season 1 that certainly deserves further exploration. The Bible offers limited information about Nicodemus, which is partly why he disappeared from The Chosen after Season 1. His appearances are restricted to 3 chapters in the Gospel of John. Beyond his notable encounter with Jesus, there isn't much about him in the scriptures, which explains why the show wrote him out. However, The Chosen is known for its creative interpretations of biblical stories, so there is potential for Nicodemus to return. For instance, in John 7 verses 50 to 51, Nicodemus stands up to the chief priests and Pharisees, reminding them that the law requires a person to be heard before being condemned. This suggests he was still wrestling with his beliefs about Jesus and may have sought allies among those sympathetic to his cause. Nicodemus makes one final appearance in John 19 verses 38 to 42 after Jesus' crucifixion. Joseph of Arimathea, a follower of Jesus, asks Pilate for Jesus' body to ensure it is buried according to Jewish customs. Nicodemus assists Joseph in this task, bringing a large amount of myrrh and aloe to prepare Jesus' body. Pope Benedict XVI commented on the extravagant quantity of balm, noting that it was fitting for a royal burial. This act implies that Nicodemus may have publicly aligned himself with Jesus in the end, even though the New Testament doesn't provide further details about his fate. Eric Avari's portrayal of Nicodemus in The Chosen was a standout element of the first season. Although he had intended to retire before taking on the role, Avari was drawn back into acting by the compelling script he read. Known for his roles in films like Stargate, Independence Day, The Librarian, Return to King Solomon's Mines, Daredevil, and the 1999 remake of The Mummy, Avari also made memorable television appearances, including reprising his Stargate role in Stargate SG-1. Avari's portrayal of Nicodemus added exceptional depth to the character, making him more relatable and complex than the typical stoic figure seen in the Bible. His performance, while taking some creative liberties, gave Nicodemus a humanity and complexity that enriched the portrayal and made it unforgettable. Eric Avari's depiction of Nicodemus offers an insightful look into the Pharisees' internal conflict, from his failed attempt to exorcise demons from Mary Magdalene to their later encounter after Jesus healed her. Avari presents a man whose understanding of the Old Testament has become rigid, and Nicodemus grapples with the contrast between the law of Moses and the teachings of contemporary Jewish leaders, creating a relatable and intricate character. This inner struggle makes his eventual rejection of Jesus' offer in Season 1 even more poignant, as he finds the answers he seeks but remains bound by his current life. Although it is unclear what Dallas Jenkins and the writers have planned for Nicodemus in future seasons, his significant role in Christian tradition suggests a possible return. Jenkins has indicated that Jesus' death will occur in Season 6, with Season 7 focusing on the resurrection. This could be the perfect opportunity for Nicodemus to reappear, and hopefully, Avari will consider coming out of retirement to reprise his role and complete this compelling story. Now that we've covered that, let me share some major secrets exposed by a Reddit user. In a post on the Chosen series, a Reddit user named ValuableSpike9039 expressed skepticism about the show, initially seeing it as another low-quality depiction of Jesus despite its growing popularity. They are concerned by the series' inclusion of non-biblical content, arguing that The Chosen incorporates elements from Gnostic Gospels and other non-canonical sources, which could mislead viewers into believing these stories are factual. The Reddit user points out that many Christians, who may not be well-versed in biblical scholarship, could easily be influenced by these additions. They worry that the show could blur the line between canonical and non-canonical narratives, potentially leading to misconceptions about Jesus. Well, that's it. What are your opinions on the potential return of Nicodemus and the direction The Chosen might take in Season 5? Do you think Eric Avari should return to reprise his role? Share your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe and click the bell icon for all the latest updates on films and series. We appreciate your support and look forward to seeing you in the next video.